You don't seem bright and perky this morning, John.
No, it's weird, isn't it? Like I feel we're recording, by the way.
Yeah, I'd established that.
No, well, we have the beautiful sounds of nature in the background.
Yes, roads and nature.
Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to another action-packed episode.
Certainly packed.
Of Big Punch Classic. Yeah, I'm not feeling quite as fresh as I normally
I'm
do.
surprised, because you're normally better with a hangover than I am.
Well,
and today the roles have been reversed.
Had a few beers last night, and the emotion may have gotten to me.
The emotion of all the drinking.
Yeah, well, it was nice beer, though. This morning, yeah, I just not quite as fresh. Lucy had to get up.
Well, we were drinking different things.
We were, yeah.
Just to caveat that.
Well, what were you drinking?
I was drinking Tin Man.
Tin Man, what's that like?
That's nice. It's fine. It's the house beer at the local beer emporium.
Yeah, family run
beer emporium.
National conglomerate.
People wear like lederhosen and things. Brew house and kitchen.
Indeed.
Which was very nice.
There are other brands available.
Other pubs are available, certainly in Cheltenham.
I was drinking Gamma Ray.
Yes.
Beavertown Gamma Ray.
My distant relative.
It's very... Indeed.
There you go.
Indeed, that's quite clever.
Thanks.
That was a very clever joke.
Thank you very much.
No, I like Gamma Ray. It's got... it's like this rise in, I don't want to say hipster beers, but I'm going to say hipster beers, where they come in like a can the size of Coke.
Yes.
I'm more
Well, that's an American can, isn't it? American
They're never
beers.
that small normally.
Oh, okay.
Are they?
Yeah. When we were in Canada, which is basically America.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
They were Coke can size, Coke-y cans.
Oh, yeah, because we used
to... that size. Was it 300 ml?
Yeah. Or like 330 or something weird. Like, you used to be able to get... like a cool bag rucksack, like a cool pack rucksack, which would hold something like 12 of them or something.
Good day out.
Yeah, they were little.
Take them hiking.
Is that a stubby, technically?
Yes, that's what I would describe it as.
Yeah. We also, in Canada, decorated our Christmas tree with Castlemaine 4X cans.
Classic student behaviour.
It's only the best. Well, we were.
Did you display them in the window?
We were very proud. No, well, to be fair, like the house was set
Students
back,
do that, don't they?
so nobody would have been able to appreciate it. But we had our first and last real Christmas tree.
There you go.
No, I tell a lie. Lucy and I got one, but we got a Diddy one.
Okay. Because this was a full size.
Yeah, like proper. It was magical. Like I felt like, all the Christmas joy. And then we decorated it with beer cans.
Wonderful.
No, but I was drinking Gamma Ray last night, which is very nice. And the reason I bring up the hipster can is that if you buy the hipster can, it has like a kind of 1950s.
Did it come in a hipster can?
No, but
you had a pint, as far as I recall.
I've seen them in shops, and it's it's like a Mars Attacks kind of like cheesy sci-fi label kind of thing. It's very
eye-catching.
Well, indeed, yeah. You're getting all these really kind of colourful labels now.
That's all right,
but it's expensive.
Yeah,
it's nice,
like Punk IPA. Although I'm not sure how expensive that is, but that's quite a nice stubby inverted commas can.
But that's what it's come to now. Like, I mean, when you grow up learning to drink on like Carling.
Reef,
which is
Reef Alco Pops.
God, it's like
we missed Hooch. I think Hooch had like died out, and now it's back.
What's that?
Hooch is back,
and how? Just when we needed it.
But it died out at the time when we were around 17.
Is that meant to be the alcoholic lemonade?
Basically, yeah. It just tastes like cloudy lemonade.
Yeah. Well, you were like, was it Reef or was it Bacardi Breezer you used?
I drank a lot of Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, you did.
That was exclusively Smirnoff Ice.
I remember turning up.
I didn't like the taste of beer.
No.
You were a delicate young man.
You were more cider, weren't you?
I went Alco Pops to cider to beer, and now I just drink most things.
Are Alco Pops still a thing?
Oh, sure.
Like among the youth, I mean.
Well, I'm very detached from the youth. I choose not to mix with them, if anything.
No, it's probably wise. I just I'm seeing a lot of like artisanal beers. I'm just wondering, like, does it always just go in cycles? Does every generation have like a new?
Well, I always considered that because of a taste thing. Because beer is, I suppose, an acquired taste to a certain extent. Whereas Alco Pop is just squash, which is what kids drink most of the time anyway. As far as I know.
It's weird, isn't it? Like I was never a massive fan of like the really sweet Alco drinks, but I drank more of them when I was younger. Like I used to do Southern Comfort and Coke.
Oh, sure. That's all right. That's just a mixer.
Yeah, but I don't... Now, that's just too sweet for me. I just don't like a massive amount of sugar.
There's a honey version. Is it Southern Comfort?
Right. With honey.
Yeah.
I think I remember.
That is incredibly sweet on its own. Never mind with Coke.
Yeah, no, I've had it, actually. I have had it, yeah. It's... Well, as I've said before, I like my food plain. I like my drinks.
I like my bread unbuttered.
Essentially, yeah. I like my coffee black and my whiskey neat. And maybe I'll take up cigars or something just to make an impression. But I do like these. I've talked about like how we've talked about the gentrification of Cheltenham. How it was pretty gentrified to begin with, but every place in Cheltenham is getting bought up and turned into like a, what do you even call it? Like a gastropub or
that sort of thing. Yeah, what used to be known as a gastropub. Yeah, it's now just a pub.
Where it's like it's slightly better food. Like it's not a
Wetherspoons.
No, essentially that. Yeah,
it's a few levels up from a Wetherspoons.
It's not like restaurant quality, but at the same time, it's better. It's fine. Gammon and
your food looked good last night.
No, that's my point. It was really good, and so it's all right for like say me who enjoys these places, and like you are just spoilt for choice in Cheltenham now.
Yes,
like there's that new one, the Cozy Club.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah,
I went in there, did not buy a drink, and walked straight out.
Interesting thing about the Cozy Club is they certainly know their audience, don't they? Like they've branded the Cheltenham one.
Well, it's got horses all over it.
Nothing but horse racing.
And I think the sign on the outside has a jockey on it.
Shameless.
Yeah, well, good for them.
They're going to make
they know their audience. It's right by the Premier Inn where most of the racegoers are going to be staying.
They're going to make an absolute killing.
It's good marketing, or obvious marketing, depending on which way you look at it.
Well, it's the thing though. It's like
both.
It's good if you like that kind of thing, and I do. And I'm spoilt for choice. It's like, hey, great. I don't really feel like clubbing at all anymore. I'm too old. But there are tons of really nice pubs where I can go and have good food and lots of nice beer and not get beaten up.
Yes. Unless you ask for it.
Unless you ask very nicely.
Yes, exactly.
But at the same time, I'm well aware that 25 gastropubs does not does not a town centre make. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else is there?
Wow.
We've just had this massive development of the brewery.
John Lewis is coming.
Ooh, holidays are coming.
Yeah. Exciting.
You've made it when
John Lewis pops up in the town centre, yeah.
As if Cheltenham could get any more middle class.
That is the most Cheltenham thing that's ever happened, I think. They're knocking down a shopping centre to build a giant John Lewis. That's just massive Cheltenham.
We were buying, because, again, we are middle-aged, we were buying cards the other day, like greetings cards.
Sure.
And they had a section at the back of Smith's. There are other newsagents.
Other card shops are available. Clinton's.
Clinton's is good.
It's a good one.
But they were selling cards, like local, like Cheltenham history cards.
I see.
And it was kind of like...
It was like a double-sided postcard. Essentially.
It's not a lot, yeah. But it's like vintage photos of areas around Cheltenham.
Oh, lovely.
And we were looking at the high street.
The old W.H. Smiths.
Well, it's unrecognisable. It's beautiful in a way. It's actually, when you think like the lower end of the high street, we have, or we call the lower end of the high street, you've got like Domino's, Nando's, a weird Irish pub that nobody goes in.
Yeah, that's probably one of the very few pubs in Cheltenham I've never been in.
Yeah, well, it's got windows, but they're so dirty you can't see.
I think they used to be windows, yes.
Yeah, now they've kind of congealed into a kind of
they're part of the wall now.
Yeah.
They're just part of the wall.
And yeah, just like, I mean, it turns into just like industrial units and traffic and railway bridges.
Yes.
But you look at like the historic one, and there were like tram lines going all the way down, and like people with top hats and moustaches walking around.
It's a shame that doesn't happen now.
It is a bit.
It might actually, for all I know.
What you mean, fashion?
Well, people wearing top hats.
Yeah, it might come.
I'd be all for that.
We had a bit of a glut of hipster moustaches.
Oh yeah.
Speaking as a proud former owner of one.
Sure.
But it's weird, like, because you could have, say, Smiths or Game or Boots. Have all your high street shops. It's absolutely fine. It's just a shame that they all look like concrete monstrosities. Because it's like a friend of mine from uni came to visit a few years back, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I hear you live in Cheltenham. We want to come check it out. We want to. I hear it's a really beautiful town." I was like, "Oh, it is. It's absolutely stunning. Everyone says it's beautiful. I'll show you around." And he was really disappointed.
Really, yeah.
And I was like, "There are really nice bits." He's like,
Thing is, once you get out of any town centre, you start to see the actual town. Like Cheltenham, if you get out of the high street, you've got the gardens and you've got all this sort of thing. Yeah. Imperial Gardens are nice.
There are some really nice bits. I mean, you've got the really classy bits as well, like kind of too rich for our blood.
Montpellier
area.
I go out in Montpellier once a year, I think.
It's a fascinating little area. Like, you live in a place and you think you know it, and then you just go around.
Find another bit.
You go around the corner and kind of discover something you've never seen before. But yeah, there's this whole just warren, like network of little roads and beautiful like Georgian townhouses, that kind of
Yes.
thing, just hiding back there.
And then you got the brewery.
You got the brewery,
Way.
which was once a brewery, I think.
Sure, whatever.
Was there not a building at the back, which was actually...
Maybe.
It was like a... Then it, help me out.
I don't know.
Didn't it become like a habitat or something? It was like... No. Okay, right.
I'm shaking
fine.
my head.
Well, where the brew house is now,
Yes.
I think opposite that, which has just been like a pop-up, I think that's turning into
Well,
another
that-
gastropub.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What's that going to be?
God knows. That's. I think it is though. Well, that has always been what the cursed shop in the
Yeah.
brewery, in that people keep coming and going.
Well, it's a bad location. There's nothing you wouldn't
Yeah.
want to... I don't know, it's just a little too far to walk to.
Well, the brew house is doing okay still.
Yeah.
That's on the edge.
Yeah.
I like the brew house.
It's never not busy.
No, exactly.
It's like Boston Tea Party. Like, that's...
That's a mystery to me, Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, just...
In terms of going there to eat and things, it seems like a lot of money for what you get.
It's nice.
Yeah,
It is nice. I mean, we end up spending... Yeah, we spend quite a bit of time in there.
I'm
But
sure it is nice, but I would rather go to Weatherspoons
yeah, no, it's true. I mean,
and
you
spend
probably-
less money.
Yeah, again, the exact balance between quantity and quality.
Not
isn't
that
it?
I'm a
You're gonna
cheapskate.
You're going to get, like...
I am.
There's a balance somewhere in the middle. Like, I like...
Which is the gastropub.
Well,
There you
yeah,
go. That is the balance.
I don't know, it's a trade-off, isn't it? Because I do like the beers. They do. I think they are very nice. They're also very pricey for what they are.
That is true.
But I guess you're paying for...
Well, you
quality.
say that. I paid £12 for 3 pints of Tin Man last night. Actually, just under £12,
So...
which, as Cheltenham prices go, is pretty good.
But that's weird, isn't it? Like
Three
remember-
something.
I remember... Because we used to go, when we were young, we used to go to the Regal.
We
in
sure
Gloucester,
did.
Yeah,
we sure did.
Just this kind of hulking cavern of a pub, like a former
Still is.
cinema, was it?
Yeah. There's a big King Kong landscape out the back of it.
Which I used to forget
Model.
because we very rarely went round the back of the pub. If
We
you know
were
what I
always
mean.
at
It
the
was
top,
so big. Yeah,
trying to avoid getting ID'd.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they were very lax. They weren't.
They didn't care.
Oh, they must have known we
No,
weren't.
they didn't care.
And we used to have a tap of. Sorry, we're just being buzzed.
It's a helicopter.
Buzzed by the police right now. We used to have a tap of Black Rat. Do you remember that?
I remember
like
Black
that
Rat.
cider.
Yeah,
which
bright
was,
orange.
Yeah, you couldn't see through it. It
Yeah.
was utterly opaque. Bits of like apple pip.
Yeah.
And fingernail.
That's how you know it's good.
Leather boot kind of.
Exactly.
flowing in it,
You
yeah.
know it's real.
But I remember, I think this is the start of becoming a crusty old man. But I remember,
I think that
pint-
ship has sailed.
I think a pint was like £1.20.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, it was 90p for a reef
Wow.
when we used to drink reefs. There's a good photo of us back when we were probably 17. And the table is literally full of bottles of reef. There is no table visible. It's just bottles.
They were incredibly lax landlords or proprietors.
They don't care, do
No,
they?
they didn't care at all.
What are they going to do to Weatherspoons? What are the law going to do to Weatherspoons?
Well, it's not.
I'm not challenging the law.
No,
just
no.
in case they're listening.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, just the powerhouse.
If they do close down Weatherspoons, I've grown beyond that now.
No.
So I don't mind if you shut down Weatherspoons.
they've got a that was a big thing a couple of years ago. They got like a Weatherspoons in a motorway
They
service.
did.
Now, haven't
There's
they?
one. I can't remember the name of it. I've been to a services that has got a Weatherspoons. It's dangerous.
No.
It's
I
dangerous.
mean, you don't really drive, do you? So
No,
that
I
was-
don't drive.
No,
Can but
full
don't.
Stop. Yeah, so that was that's convenient.
On
There's
moral
no,
grounds.
There's no danger there. Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's the person who's driving I'm worried about. But I've never been to one in a service station.
No.
Nor do I think I ever will.
Have you been to that really
He said.
weird? There's the really luxury, classy services outside of Gloucester.
Oh yeah, no, I've not been, but yes, I'm aware of it. It won a load of awards
You did.
because what part of my job I write articles for a magazine called Forecourt Trader,
Okay.
which
As in like petrol.
as in petrol stations.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it featured on Have I Got News for You once as like their gag publication.
Okay.
But it's actually quite professionally made.
Oh yeah, don't
It's
doubt
good,
it.
it's a
yeah,
good publication. Anyway, so they do awards every year, and we write the submissions for these awards.
Okay.
And Gloucester Services won the whole lot. It's just like, oh, all right then.
But it's kind of like it's a trade-off between, because Lucy said this before, like there's some law which means motorway services can't be a destination in its own right.
Something like that.
It's really weird. I don't entirely understand the logic, but it's like there's certain things it can and can't do.
Yeah.
I think
You've
like,
got to work within certain parameters.
Yeah, like it's just really meant to be food,
Petrol.
petrol.
Yeah.
You can
Costa Coffee.
Yeah. That's like
that sort of thing. Other coffees are available.
That's a little broad what falls within that.
Yeah.
But it couldn't be, for example, I don't think you could have maybe you could like a theme park directly off
That'd be
a
good.
motorway. It would be convenient, but I think you have to be able to access it by traditional roads or something like that. But we stopped by there on our way back from. We've been looking at a potential venue for the wedding.
Yes.
And we were like, hey, should we go to that really classy place? And we did, and it was very classy. It's exactly what you'd expect. It's like it looks like a futuristic kind of Hobbit kind of thing.
I've driven past it, and I know what you mean. I went to a good one. I went for a meeting up in Scotland, and we drove. I don't know why.
How long did that take?
Ages.
Okay.
Ages. And we were stopped at a services on the way back. It was awesome. Had these lovely pies.
Okay.
It was really nice.
A pie.
It was like a delicatessen sort of thing. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was mega.
So it wasn't a pie you couldn't get.
It wasn't like
else.
it wasn't like a microwave built into the wall. Beep. Oh, there we go. It wasn't like a pucker pie.
When we started our when you and I did our Great British tour,
I remember it.
I think the very first petrol station we stopped at was like a motorway wherever we were, and I grabbed a. It was like a little. I want something to eat, and it was like a little breakfast bun. kind of thing.
Yeah.
Got in the car, and I think we were already on our way before I realised you had to microwave it.
Shocker.
Like it had one.
That is a shocker.
I think I ate it anyway.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
No,
it wasn't great.
Probably not.
You mentioned Forecourt Trader Weekly or whatever.
Monthly, actually.
Monthly.
But yes.
Oh wow, yeah. Well,
they have a website also.
I was in the hospital the other day waiting for.
That's a bit of a segue.
No, bear with me. Waiting for a follow up on the back pain.
Oh yes.
And everything, because I had a little scan.
Yes.
And frankly, they could have done it over phone. It seemed a bit of a waste of time just to go in. They go in and they go, yeah, nothing to worry about, but we'll get you started on physio.
Okay.
Just to like improve your back pain and everything. They said, because they sent me a letter saying, yeah, we've done the scans. Good news, nothing wrong with your bones. So happy days.
That's a winner.
He said you have some mild osteoarthritis in your lower back. But they said at the same time, we don't think
that doesn't affect what's happening.
Yeah, and anyway, and when I met up with the doctor, she was like, well, look, we kind of accept now that anyone over the age of 20 is going to have a mild bit of wear and tear.
Yeah.
That's just what happens.
Unfortunately.
And
it's an unfortunate situation.
But she said, we'll get you started on physio. So basically go away and wait 2 to 4 weeks for a referral. So I was like, we probably could have done this over the phone. But anyway, when I was waiting in the waiting area, go figure, they had like all the magazines and whatnot.
Yes.
And they had Garden Railway Connoisseur or something like that. Yeah.
Popular magazine.
Well, indeed, yeah. And it was, I tried reading it. I was desperate for some entertainment, but it's pretty dry. It's pretty dry. But it's like, I thought maybe, you could have got let's call it Model Railway Weekly or something
I'd read
like
that.
Well, indeed. But who wouldn't? It's a hot publication. But there was apparently there's enough of a subculture within model railways entirely devoted to making your garden look like
a railway.
A proper
railway
diorama.
You could do that here. This is an adequate size.
Well, yeah, it's getting better than it'll probably improve the lawn, which is not ideal. The what was I going to say? Yeah, I had a whole article on the use of red in your garden railway.
Lovely. Who wrote that? Was it me?
By Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that ever something you got hired to do? Like writing articles about something you weren't especially familiar with? Or
I do that all the time. Yeah, you just got to not blag it, but do your research. That's it. Do your research. Not blag it. Don't blag it. Do your research.
Yeah.
Aspiring journalists.
Just never write for anything like, I don't know, Stock Trader Weekly and just...
the market would crash on the basis of that article alone. Know your limits. Know what you shouldn't write about, but do your research. That's my top tip.
Powerful words.
Yes.
Fun thing, when I was in, when I met with the doctor, it was even though I was only in there for like 5 minutes, but the meeting area we met in was actually like a physio room, I think. So it's quite big. And it had like a load of exercise equipment.
Oh.
I got a complete flashback to like primary and secondary school because they had the exact...
The gym equipment.
Would you remember those benches?
I do.
Exactly.
They were a staple of school, those benches.
Those exact same kind of weird low-cut wooden benches. I think it even had like a hobby horse.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you remember when we were at primary school, they had this really kind of like terrifying contraption on the wall?
Yes, and you had to pull it out and you had to put the what would you call it? Slide the, I suppose, bolt in.
Give me something.
Bolt in into the floor. Yeah, it was scary.
But to be fair, I only remember like it.
I don't think we'd be able to go on it now.
I think we only ever used it like once.
Yeah.
Because I know you're smaller at that age.
Yes.
So everything seems bigger. But I remember the ceiling in that hall being terrifying, like just really quite high up. Because it must have been like, it was like 2 or 3 stories.
Yeah.
If anything. And it was like, because you've got like a wooden kind of like frame against one wall. And it goes from floor to ceiling.
Yes.
And then the whole thing kind of hinges out, and as you say. And had these bolts and then like rings, remember, like metal rings?
Yeah, I do. I remember all of this vividly.
Death trap, yeah.
Vividly. But yeah, I don't think we'd be allowed on it now because I weigh 12 stone and I'm bigger than I was, just about.
Well, in hindsight, I mean, it's actually amazing they ever used it when you think about it.
Very dangerous.
With a child, like, because one or two times we did use it. You know,
I'm sure people have broken bones on those things.
Yeah, we'd clamber like all the way up to the top, and I'm thinking back, and like that's like what 12, 16, maybe even 20-foot drop. It would be.
Well, maybe.
I'm not exaggerating. It was a high.
I don't know. You might be exaggerating.
Well, how high do you think? Okay, I go back.
10 feet. I don't know.
I go back, and it's just what 6 foot.
Yeah, it probably is.
I'm having to crouch.
It's probably about 8 foot. I would say.
No,
I reckon it might.
Think about what you're saying. Think about how tall. I don't know. I am.
Yeah.
I'm nearly.
You're about 6 foot.
I'm about 6 foot. Yeah.
Couple more feet.
A couple more feet. That's like the ceiling.
Yeah. We should go back to our old primary school and measure it.
Just call them up. Hey.
Hello there.
Hey, for the purpose of a personal wager.
You'll probably remember us. You got a framed photo of us on the wall.
Do not serve.
Yeah. Do not let these two in. I went back to our old school to do work experience.
Yeah, you did.
Which was weird.
What?
Considering I've never wanted to be a teacher.
When you were at secondary school?
For work experience week.
I went to a vet's.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go. And neither of us work in fields remotely attached to either of those.
It's funny, isn't it? Like, I always wanted to be a vet before, and then I kind of realised that actually you have to be incredibly smart to be a vet.
All kids want to be a vet at some point because they like animals.
Well, it's weird. Like, after realising I didn't have what it took to be a vet, it was like, well, I like biology. I'll be a marine biologist. Like, it's amazing how everybody wanted to be a marine biologist.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking about it the other day. Well, you weren't really into biology.
No.
But everyone who was into biology, it seemed like a rock and roll version
I understand.
Yeah. But then I remember, I was thinking about it just the other day, the actual practicalities of that. I was like, I don't want to be a boat. I don't want to be on a boat all the time. I don't want to be diving all the time.
You get sunburnt.
Yeah. The ocean is full of horrendous
they'll have you.
I don't want to be down there.
Those sharks.
I don't know why I even thought I wanted to be a marine biologist at all.
You're having a senior moment.
As it happens, I'm now an editor, so it works. It works out really well.
And I teach no one anything.
No.
And that's bad language, what I've just said there. Bad use of language.
Bad use of language,
Not bad language.
No, because that would be doubly bad. Yeah.
Exactly.
How did you find it? If you can cast your mind back when you did that work
boring.
Experience. Yeah?
Well, yeah. I don't really remember a lot of it. I remember someone asking me, do you think you might want to be a teacher? And every part of me was screaming, no. But I went, oh, maybe. I was only, how old were we in year 9?
Well,
13, 14?
Yeah, give or take.
You know.
Yeah. I enjoyed doing my work experience at the vets. Got in Monday morning. Within half an hour, we were in surgery.
you were like amputating a dog's leg.
Well, it was like I can't remember if it was a dog or a cat, which is bad, but it was a...
Look it up in the dictionary. Dog, not a cat.
Clearly wasn't cut out to be a vet.
Now tell me, what sort of animal is this?
But it had I remember it vividly, the cat or the dog.
Or the dog. I remember it vividly, apart from the animal.
Or the cat, could have been a cow. It had like if you can imagine, like it had a little wound at some point. Tiny little cut or something on its skin.
Yeah.
But then it healed in an odd way. So it had healed in like a ring.
Okay.
So there was just a hole in the skin where you could see like the muscle.
You see through time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know biology. How dare you suggest I don't know biology?
Well, you could see the muscle. And the owner was like, well, this clearly isn't right. So we went in. Yeah, hello, darling.
Lucy's arrived.
Lucy's here. Oh, the party's on. How are you?
I'm fine. I have Tilbeak brain.
Oh dear.
Tilbeak brain.
Everything sounds like beeping.
Boop.
You know,
I'm not helping.
No, you're really not. No, the dishwasher was actually beeping a minute ago. That could have been causing
that could be
the
it.
Nam-esque flashbacks you're experiencing right now.
No,
No!
please continue talking about the dog with no side.
Or the cat.
Or the cat.
Or the cat.
It was a
with no
tiny
side.
little hole. Like, it wasn't like Resident Evil or something.
No.
But the owner was like, well, this clearly isn't right.
No, sure.
Better do something
I
about
would
this.
think the same
So-
about my dog or cat.
Went into surgery, and the idea was we'll kind of cut away the healed skin that shouldn't be there, and then we'll sew it up again.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't like they were like, John, quick, scalpel.
John, stat!
I was really just kind of standing and watching. But
Did
they
you
did
pass
it.
out?
No, it's fine. And then they did the old operation. Oh no, there was a couple of operations because there was
here you go.
a cat.
This is a very poor, vividly remembering things,
A
John.
cat had been hit by a car, and it had a hernia
Oh, dear.
as a result. So there was a tear in the muscle lining, and its organs had kind of popped out the wrong way.
I'm laughing at because I'm thinking of
No,
a
but-
scene from Friends. I'm not laughing because a cat had a hernia.
Well, there was a happy ending.
Yeah.
I'm just going to plough on, where we took the surgery. It was actually very simple. Cut the cat open, pop the organs back where they're supposed to be, sew up the tear in the muscle wall.
Sure, yes.
And then and then while they were sewing up the cat, they were like, "Oh, this cat's bladder's quite full. Let's just drain that now." And they just stuck a syringe in the bladder, drained.
I feel violated.
Well, I'm sure the cat was not really thinking anything at the moment.
I'd be like, where's all that urine gone?
Well, that was my claim to fame. They were like, "John, hold this." So I got to hold a vial of warm cat piss.
Oh. So it was worth it then? It
Entirely worth it.
was
Yeah.
worth the work experience.
On another occasion, because there's another girl there, if I remember correctly, there was another person doing work experience, and she.
Your rival.
No, I can't. Honestly, I can't remember who she was, but she was nice, and her family owned a farm
Oh.
or something like that, so she was a bit more experienced being around animals. But we also had to shave an English sheepdog at one point. You know, the big kind of
I
like.
do.
So basically, just gassed the dog, knocked it out, and then she was like, "Well, I've sheared sheep before," and then just buzzed the dog.
Nice.
There you go.
What fun.
It was just a fun
What
time.
a fun week.
Yeah, and then I did filing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorted.
Well, that's probably what's helped you the most in your actual career.
Indeed,
Doing
yeah.
filing at the vets.
There will come a time
There you go.
when there's a cat on an operating theatre, and they'll be like, "Oh, if only there was someone here to hold this cat
If only there was someone here to file this case.
to close this case."
Yeah.
By holding this
Gonna
cat
bust
piss.
this case wide open.
That would, and that could have been me.
There you go. You could
I
have
could
been
save the day.
the filing chimp.
Anyway, have we rambled enough?
Yes, I believe so.
Should we get onto the meat and veg
Okay.
of this podcast?
Yes,
We saw a film last night.
we did.
What did we see?
This was after we got drunk at the pub, which may or may not have been a good idea.
Well, we do have a bit of a track record of getting absolutely smashed and
Before going to the cinema, yes, that is
I think there was
a reputation we're developing.
Wasn't there a 6-pint Monday once where we went to see Iron Man 2?
Probably.
I vaguely remember.
Certainly Batman in Canada we were drunk.
Yeah, no, when Dark Knight came out, because you just arrived in.
I had jet lag and I was drunk, and then we went to watch a film.
Yeah, and the only seats available were in the
Front row,
first
yeah.
row. Yeah, it was a hell of a summer. I mean, you had Iron Man and then the Dark Knight.
Good times.
Yeah, but we were all so excited. But I think we had to go to the toilet like 8 or 10 times throughout the movie
Yeah,
because there was like
probably.
so much fluid in our body.
Yeah.
But no, what did we see last night?
We saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Volume 2. What did you think?
I loved it.
I
I think I loved it more than you did.
I liked it.
You liked it a sensible amount.
I didn't love it.
I loved it.
But but at the same time, I have nothing against it.
No.
So this is not an angry review at all.
I thought it was very, very funny.
Because you hadn't really seen the first one?
I'd seen the
or-
first one, but I think I fell asleep watching the first one, and this
That
was
doesn't
about
bode very well.
3 years ago. This was.
Yeah.
I watched it again because it was on BBC One
The other day.
the other day, Bank Holiday Monday, Easter Monday.
Always a treat.
So I watched it then, and I enjoyed it. And then you said, "Oh, we're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy." Didn't invite me, and then said, "Do you want to come?" I was like, "Okay."
Blame my brother.
No, it's fine.
He purposely actually said,
Everything worked out in
Please
the end.
exclude Rev.
Yes, I can imagine him
Yeah,
saying that.
he's very aggressive.
Yeah, I can imagine him saying that. And then he punched a dog or cat.
Just to can't
One
remember.
of them.
If only we had a trained vet to identify.
But no, I came along. It was good. And I enjoyed it very much.
First one kind of took the world by storm.
Yeah. Well, I'd never heard of it because
No one had heard
I
it.
didn't read comics.
No, but even if you did, it's an obscure.
Well, no, nor do I now.
It's like it shouldn't have worked at all, really, because it was. I mean, it's an obscure film based on an obscure comic, but based on like a version of that comic which didn't really.
They obviously
exist.
felt they could tie it in
Yeah,
with the rest of it.
You can thank
Which
all,
they have, to be
You can thank all James Gunn.
James Gunn. Gunny.
Yeah, Gunny.
To his mates.
Writer and director.
Yes.
Or co-writer. This is terrible. I can't remember her name. The other writer was Perlman. Was her surname? I think she's the daughter of Ron Perlman.
Oh, I was thinking of that.
Yeah, who is
Is he in Cheers?
No.
No,
Wasn't
whatever.
he? No. He's
I'm thinking of Rita Perlman.
Yes, I think. Who's that?
I don't know.
Was she in Cheers?
Sure.
Maybe? Hellboy.
Oh, yes.
And other...
He was Hellboy, or he wrote Hellboy.
No, he was Hellboy.
He was Hellboy.
Yeah, no. Notoriously, craggy face.
I've never seen those films.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
They're comic book films, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Based on a very indie comic by Mike Mignola.
There you go.
There you go.
Knowledge.
There you go, little factoid. But we saw Guardians of the Galaxy, the original, when Lucy and I were in Canada back in 2014.
Ah.
I think we loved it so much we went and saw it again the following day, or at least a couple of days later.
Nice.
It was just one of those movies that just you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, this is so much.
Yeah.
And the whole world went crazy for it.
Well, it is. Everyone was highly anticipating this second installment.
Well, it's always going to be a tough follow up, isn't it? Because you've got you made a movie which no one was expecting to be good.
Yeah.
And actually turned out to be brilliant.
Deadpool might suffer with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how do you the second time round? Everybody's, there's already anticipation. Like, how do you follow it up?
I preferred this to the first one.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
obviously didn't.
No, like I said, I certainly didn't hate it. I actually liked it quite a lot.
I think as sequels go, it was very, very good. As a sequel to a standalone movie goes,
Yeah.
it's very, very good.
I felt it was a collection of very good scenes. And all the characters are great. It's very funny. It's very witty. It felt unfocused.
If I have one criticism, here it is.
Oh, you naysayer.
It's if I have one criticism. I was thinking about this last night after I got home.
Yeah.
It's that I'm not sure the story required a movie.
No.
If that makes sense.
No, it was odd. It wasn't quite. Was it cinematic in a weird way?
It could have been a TV series.
It's more kind of sitcom-y, wasn't it?
Not in its execution, but certainly in its plot
Scope.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Scope.
The I don't know what it was about it, because I know, like, I was running it through in my head and I'm like, how would you describe the plot? And it's like the Guardians.
Spoilers from here.
Well, I'll
on
try.
in.
Yeah. I guess there's probably gonna be some
Oh,
spoilers.
balls to it, John. We're not going to be able to keep secrets.
But it's like the Guardians do a job for hire, then
The opening I thought was brilliant.
that was very fun. That was a good opening.
It's like what would normally be a climactic scene, just focused on Baby Groot running around.
Yeah, no,
It's very funny.
It's charming, good introduction to the characters if you don't really know them. But then from that, they kind of steal something.
They steal what they were trying to protect in the
but
first
then they're
place.
being chased by...
Which was funny, because the laugh when they're walking out.
Yeah, no.
Drax's laugh. I think that's probably my kind of humour to a T, which is unsubtle sarcasm.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my sense of humour.
I think you've certainly made a name for
Yeah.
that over the years. But I just felt like it was like, that happens, then this happens, then they meet Star-Lord's dad.
They do, yeah.
And then they go to a place. And I remember thinking, like, when is the movie gonna start in an odd way? Because then you've got like a whole subplot about like the Ravagers kind of tracking
There's a mutiny
them down. Yeah, and
there was the mutiny.
And like for the longest time, I was thinking, like, who is the actual villain here? I mean, it's obviously
Yeah, well,
gonna
by
be-
the end you obviously get it.
Like
but
it's obvious, like almost from the moment he turns up that
he's a bad guy.
yeah, he's just going to be a bad guy.
God,
Like,
they did a good job of de-aging Kurt Russell.
they do, yeah.
Blimey,
they do, yeah.
he looked just like young Kurt Russell.
They wasn't. What am I thinking of? Is it Tron? That Tron remake where
I
they
haven't seen it.
de-age Jeff Bridges? Yeah,
haven't
and
seen it.
that just looks slightly. It's getting better every
Yeah.
time. Like you think, like the worst was in X-Men 3 when they made who's Gandalf? What's his name?
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart look young.
Oh, I don't. Again, I haven't seen those.
But it's sort of like weird, kind of like plasticine versions of themselves. Then you've got like Tron, which is quite good, but there's something about it which is creepy. It doesn't look right. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, like they've pretty much perfected it.
It was very good.
Well, they did it in Civil War.
Well, they did it in Ant-Man as well.
Yes,
The start of Ant-Man, that was pretty good.
That was good. Or Michael Douglas, he's had it done.
Well, in the same scene, they de-aged Michael Douglas and aged. What's her face? Hayley Atwell.
Haley Atwell, who is Agent Carter.
Yeah.
God, everyone's bouncing about in terms of age.
Yeah.
Then
We don't know what's going on.
Or was it in? No, it wasn't in. Yeah, no, it was in Civil War, and it was.
Tony Stark.
They made him young
in his little computerized thing.
So it's kind of amazing what they're doing. I mean,
it's good.
But yeah, like I think it's obvious from the big get-go that he's going to be evil.
Yes.
But at the same time, it was like because I know he's going to be evil, but where's the drive? Like, what's kind of happening? And then I think it wasn't until about like 70% of the way through the movie where I was suddenly like, oh, here's the plot.
Here's
like,
this motivation.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of
what do all men with power crave?
More power.
More power.
More power. Yeah,
that's what he was after.
But Ego,
that's his name.
The Living Planet.
Yeah, sure.
Which
let's just go with that.
I thought that was going to be more of like I mean, everybody knew because all the spoilers had, it'd all been leaked that he was going to be playing Ego. I thought that was going to be more of like a twist. Like it was going to be like, hey, Peter,
I'm a planet.
I'm your dad. Hey, and I'm also a planet. Like,
Oh my god.
But from the get-go, it's like, hey, I'm your dad, and I'm a planet. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Like, doled out throughout the movie.
And you only see it very briefly, but there's only one shot of Ego as a planet. And in the comics,
he's a big old thing.
He has a face.
Ah.
Like he's actually just a great big purple planet.
Gotcha.
With a face on the side of it.
Yeah.
And it's like got a beard.
Oh, okay.
The planet has a beard.
Of course it does.
Which is quite
Why would it not?
Why would it not? And so, yeah, and then I was actually surprised we didn't see more of the planet with a face on it.
It was just at the end, really, when they were trying to blow it up.
And even then, that was only for mind you, he made like a big face out of like rock and stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, and he came out at the end as a guy again.
Yeah. He
emerged from his own brain or something.
Yeah.
Something weird.
So it was entertaining?
I thought it was very. I
it,
felt like I laughed a lot.
I'd like to see it again,
and quite loudly.
No, well, no, and rightly so. I mean, the audience were loving it. Like, everyone was going for it. I would like to see it again.
I would happily watch it again.
I think maybe second time round, kind of knowing what it's like.
Yeah.
I might be like more happy just to kind of sit along, go along for a ride.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't hate it. I thought it was very good.
No, it's my favourite film of the year so far.
That's probably fair. What else have we seen this year? Oh yeah, we saw.
Well, I've seen lots of old films and things.
We went to see Ghost in. You talk about like
Ghost in the Shell.
The difference in like movie going experience. Like when we saw Guardians of the Galaxy last night, the whole audience was up for it. Everyone was having a hell of a laugh. It was great fun.
You're better off seeing movies on opening night, really.
Yeah, just you get the kind of
because nobody's seen it before.
It was a real kind of like, oh, this is why cinema is good.
Yeah,
you go there, everybody laughs, have a good time. When we saw Ghost in the Shell, I swear it wasn't being projected right. Like I swear the whole thing was blurry.
Oh, really?
And there was like this couple sitting in front of us. And the guy who was like kind of right, there weren't many people in the cinema, but the guy who was right in front of me was just kind of like, just made kind of like slapping grunting noises
I'm not a violent person, but I should be allowed to kick people like that in the back of the head.
But then they would just talk. They walked out several times, got beer, came back, would sit down, and then would just like openly start talking in the middle of the movie. And then he's just grunting and sweating and just kind of like bouncing about. And then they leave 5 minutes before the movie ends.
Ridiculous.
Like, why?
Why have you come here?
If it was that miserable an experience, why didn't you leave in the first 5 minutes? Like, I don't understand it.
You've come that far. You might as well see it through.
Yeah, I just you paid. You know, you're not going to get that.
It astounds me. I say it every time we're at a Marvel film in particular. The amount of people that get up as soon as the credits roll.
On opening night as well. Like it's incredible. It's not as if it could be their second viewing.
But you can't. Why would you get up? You know, more stuff's coming, and more so than ever with this film.
It's an odd challenge, isn't it? Because like they care enough to go see the movie on opening night, which indicates a degree of fandom.
They probably know that Marvel films have post-credit scenes.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be, you don't go blind on the opening night.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a Marvel movie. I think I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on opening night.
Yeah.
At 20 to 9. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Nobody does that.
Well, I hope Marvel films are good.
Yeah.
You have to be fair, you had to have watched the first movie, I think, to understood this one.
Yeah.
Because they sort of chuck you into the story quite quickly.
I don't know.
It's like, here's Nebula.
The opening.
Go.
The opening does like a fairly good job of like reintroducing them. But yeah, like
I think you have to have watched the first one.
You'd have no idea what Nebula.
Because she just rocks up 5 minutes in. Here you go.
No.
Go.
They do a good enough. They spend enough time like reiterating Star-Lord's relationship with Yondu.
Yeah.
Like enough characters just say like, "Hey, remember that time you were hired to abduct a child. You mean the time I was hired to abduct a child who
Exposition
became Star-Lord? Yes, that exact instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that, but that's why I say it's a good sequel, because it follows
Yeah.
on well from the first one.
I think it was a bit like Iron Man 2 for me.
Before the MCU.
Because I think
properly.
Iron Man 2 obviously gets a bad rap because it's not an amazing film. Because I think...
What happens in Iron Man 2?
Well, nothing really. That's the problem.
Who's the big bad?
Whiplash.
Oh, yes.
I think the issue is it's like, for both films, it's kind of just treading water. But at the same time, you like the characters, you like the world.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy to spend time with these people.
Yeah.
But it just didn't quite it was like an episode.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, like a TV show. It's like another episode of just...
That was the one thing. What they did was very, very, very good, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure the story was that strong.
No, I think it would have... What elevated it from being
The characters.
bad was the characters
Yeah.
and the comedy.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, we're watching this big budget sci-fi movie and everything is so colourful
Yeah.
and, like, creative and inventive, and there's just, like, so much going on in every shot.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that's on James Gunn. It's clearly like a weird little passion project for him.
Yeah.
He keeps hiring back... Because he used to make movies for Troma back in like the 80s. They were like really kind of low budget,
Right.
like gross out
Okay.
horror things,
Nice.
horror comedies kind of thing. Really like anarchic. And now in all his movies nowadays, he hires like the actors he used to work
right,
in. So
okay.
you see him in like little cameos in the background
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Ah. Sylvester Stallone was in it.
Yeah, which was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's another one. We talked on our last podcast about people who, when you see him in a movie, you just go, oh, that's Jeff Goldblum or Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is another one of those. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, look, it's Sylvester Stallone.
Do you think they de-aged him in any way?
No.
Because
He looked normal.
But if you see him in like...
Well,
He looks old now. Like
he's a weird-looking guy, Sylvester
but
Stallone.
he's
He
quite-
always was.
He's quite kind of like creased. And
Yeah.
I wondered if they'd kind of like smoothed his cheeks out a little bit to make him
Oh, maybe.
look not quite like
Maybe they touched it up slightly.
just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But
Just
that,
to make him look good.
that was a very subtle thing because I thought I was like, oh, here's just Stallone. Here's
Yeah.
just Stallone, and he's good. I mean, he's in a lot of
Well, he was
terrible
not-
movies, but he's good.
He's been nominated for Oscars more than once.
Yeah, he's
recently
he's not
as
a bad
well.
actor, and he's quite likable.
He was
in his
he was
own little
nominated
way.
best supporting actor
Yeah.
for Creed, which was only 2 years ago.
Indeed. But you see, in that he's like, I'm an old man.
Yeah.
I'm old Rocky.
I haven't seen Creed.
I'm creaky.
I should watch Creed.
I've not seen a Rocky movie.
That's insane.
I know.
That's insane.
I don't know how
You and me should sit down and watch a Rocky film.
I don't know how I sleep at night, and I don't know how I get up in the morning.
That's insane.
We should watch a Rocky movie.
We'll do that.
We could
because
we could make a podcast of it.
we could watch it and do a podcast.
I've seen the robot scene
Yeah. Happy birthday party. Everyone's seen that.
Well,
That's
someone-
referenced so often.
where somebody describes it to you. And
It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's odd, isn't it? Right?
My favourite Rocky film is Rocky 3?
Yes.
I'm asking you. Well, the one where he fights in Russia.
Oh, where he ends communism.
Yeah,
by winning
it's
the
awesome.
fight.
It's
Yeah.
so good at the end. It's like, we can all change. And it's like, this is brilliant.
But then he flies home, and then at the start of Rocky 4, he gets off the plane.
Yeah.
And hasn't the USSR fallen in that time?
Something like that,
Because
yeah.
the movie took obviously like 2 years to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
or something, and in that time,
It's brilliant. He just turns around, like, all the like, officers and everything end up applauding him, who are in, like, the royal box, or the equivalent of the royal box. It's brilliant how he just turns Russia's minds around by winning a fight against a drugs cheat.
when he doesn't he give a speech or something?
He gives a massive speech at the end, and that's when they all start applauding him, and the movie ends. It's wonderful. Rocky V's a bit weird. He
Which
trains
one's-
someone else.
That's like, I do know a little bit
It's
about
not that.
Rocky.
And
It's
he
like
has
a street fight.
Yeah,
or
he has a
something,
street
isn't
fight. Rocky has a street fight at the end.
Yeah.
There's no actual fight, climactic fight.
it? Okay, so they did Rocky 1 to 5. Then they did a movie called Rocky Balboa.
Yes.
Was that Rocky 6? Or is there a Rocky 6 as well?
Effectively, that was Rocky 6.
Is that the one where the trailer was like, it's the modern day, and we made a computer simulation that said that if you
Yeah.
as a young man would have beaten...
And then he actually goes, oh, well, I will fight. Yeah. Adrian.
Even though he's
Although
like
Adrian's
70
dead at this point.
and he gets into the ring.
Yeah.
And wasn't like the whole point, like by the time he gets around to Rocky 5, they're like, one punch will kill you. Like
Yeah.
your brain will just explode
Pretty
if anybody
much.
hits you now.
And now he doesn't fight. Now
Yeah.
it's Apollo Creed's son.
Yeah, and they'll probably do a whole series of movies
Yeah,
about him.
I expect
wouldn't be
so.
surprised, yeah. The we saw because we were just looking for nonsense to watch. We watched a Vin Diesel movie.
Oh,
or
God.
a good 60% of it.
Well, technically, we watched a Vin Diesel movie last night.
Technically, yes. Good point.
Technically.
Yeah. So, but we watched The Last Witch Hunter.
Oh, I've heard of that, but I have no desire to watch it.
It's not good. I mean, it's not good. Let's just get that.
It's not good in a...
Let's just put that on the table. It's not a good movie.
Not good in a production sense.
At the same time, it was oddly entertaining.
Yeah.
Everybody's acting apart from Vin Diesel. Michael Caine's in it.
Yeah?
Elijah Wood is in
Michael
it.
Caine just goes where the money is.
Michael Caine, Elijah Wood, and one of the ladies from Game of Thrones are in it.
Very good.
It's a star-studded cast. And everybody's trying.
Everyone got a lot of money.
Everybody is acting. And Vin Diesel is just in the middle being Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
But it's his...
He's kind of typecast now.
It's a passion project for him. Like it's like a story of his own devising. It's utter nonsense from beginning to end. But, I didn't hate it. It's utterly it wasn't pretentious at all. It's just like, we know
this is garbage.
We know this is garbage and we're running with it.
It's like the Expendables.
I've never seen Have you seen the Expendables?
I think I've seen one of them. But they know what that is. They're very aware of what they are.
Have you heard of Trouble in Paradise?
I did hear that. And Schwarzenegger doesn't want to be in the next one.
Stallone has fallen out with the producer.
Yeah.
Because he won't get a director they like or something like that.
He's got that kind of swing, so nobody else wants to be in it.
Yeah, and he's like, well, it's my baby, but I'll walk away. And Schwarzenegger's like, well, yeah, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Statham might.
Yeah, Statham will.
Statham.
Statham will stay in.
It's hard to hate Jason Statham. I like Jason Statham. Lucy likes Jason.
Yeah, Lucy's nodding.
Yeah,
Lucy's nodding.
Disgraceful.
Used to be an Olympic diver.
Did he really?
Yep. Got like a bronze medal at the World Championships for diving. Yeah.
Used to be a male model as well.
Oh, he's such a multi-talented individual.
In fact, I think that's how Guy Ritchie found him, or like his agent. Like he was modelling.
Yeah.
And then someone's like,
look at this guy.
You're a good-looking man. So, yeah, I know.
Cheers.
Ray Winston, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he does sound a bit like Ray Winston.
Yeah. And then they were like, maybe you should act, I guess.
Okay. If you like.
We watched...
Someone told Vinnie Jones that once as well. So.
If you hire Jason Statham, you're getting the package. You just want him to turn up
pure
and be
unadulterated Statham.
You just want him to be Jason Statham. You don't want anything fancy.
Whoa.
We watched a Jet Li movie, and it's got a very early role from Jason Statham, and he's doing an American accent. It's awful.
Is it? Yeah.
Like, it's astonishingly bad. Like, you do not hire Jason Statham to do an American accent.
Hire him to be himself, effectively.
And there was nothing in the movie which demanded he be American. It wasn't like it was important or not. Oh, God, it was bad. It's embarrassing. Final verdict on Guardians of the Galaxy.
I liked it more than you.
I liked it.
And you liked it, so there we go.
So
I'm elevating the like to love.
I give it 6 nodding heads.
Is that our unit of measurement?
6 nodding heads and a thumbs up.
Yes. Oh, lovely.
Do you think, have we talked enough?
I feel generally that we have talked enough, yes.
Yeah, and we got a bit of fresh air. Got to sit outside.
We did. Oh, I'm outside later. I'm going to a football match.
Well, delightful.
But I'm going to the pub first.
Well, of course.
And after.
You've got to balance it out.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I feel considerably less grotty than I did at the start of the podcast.
I'm glad to hear that.
Nice,
That's been worth it then.
Yeah. It's not a bad morning. Got up very early because someone had to go to work. I'm looking at her now. Someone had to earn money. And I've done a few hours work.
Marvellous.
Had a podcast, had a shower, had a shave.
There you go. You've done quite well for a man who has a hangover.
Might go get some food.
Lovely.
Living the dream. Should we put a pin in it then?
Let's put a pin in it. I liked it, and I henceforth put a pin in it.
Well, indeed. So thank you for listening, everyone. This has been an interactive At One with Nature episode.
I do feel at one with the blackbirds and things.
Big Punch Classic. And I guess we will see you all in another 2 weeks.
Roughly.
So until next time, you stay classy.
San Diego?
Yes.
No.